What's up, everyone? This is just a random live Q&A that I'm doing, so I'm just going to wait for people to kind of jump on. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to do a double check, so don't mind the double noise right now. Hello, just trying to see, can you hear me? Yep, okay. Audio is working, so I'm just going to mute the computer. So this is just a live stream. Welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is just a live stream that I'm doing because I did not play last Sunday, so I do not have a game to post for today. I do have other random videos. Hey, what's up, guys? You can't hear me. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. Yes, I'm gonna talk about David for sure. I'm excited, but let me know. Can you hear me? Yes, yes. Okay. So if you're the one that can't hear me, the comments are going too quick, so I don't know who that was, but just maybe your mic or your speakers are off. Thanks. I love you guys too. I appreciate it. So this is just a random live stream. It might sound echoey because I kind of cleared out the room that you may have or may have never seen me in before, but I'm quite excited because with this whole new launch of what I want to do with this new website, I've been thinking about, okay, I want to create more content like this where I'm like talking to the camera and I want to have a cooler background. So I'm going to go upstairs to show you guys kind of the new room. It's not done yet, nowhere near done yet. But I would just want to give you guys a little taste, a little sneak peek, and then we'll do some like live like Q&A. We'll talk about David going in net last night and how every one of us is probably extremely jealous. Yeah, so check this out. So this is we have a spare bedroom in our house that we don't use. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna turn this space into my new like set. I'll call this a set. So like I'm gonna have the camera here, and then I'm gonna have a cool like my logo is gonna be big in the background. I'm gonna have this shelf, and then I'm also gonna retire my good old tree that I use to to dry all my equipment. And I'm actually going to be getting one of those like pro hockey locker type things. So anyways, this will be the new room, which is super exciting. Sorry, I'm just seeing some of the contents here. Questions, sorry. What's your favorite hockey brand? Well, I guess it depends on what we're talking about. If you're talking about apparel, the puck stops here, of course. But if you're talking about like equipment that I like to wear, I have no bias, I have no preference. Whatever fits me and will protect me. But anyways, write all your questions in the comments and I will do my best to look at them. I'm just going to talk for a little bit and then I'll answer some questions. But anyways, guys, I'm really excited about this new room. I think I'm going to create a lot of cool content for you guys in here. So I'm going to do a whole video about turning this into my vision. But I'm going to go back downstairs for now. Hopefully it's not too echoey down there now that nothing's there. But let me see some more of these comments. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Let me talk real quick about David. How on earth would that feel to be the Zamboni driver and then going and playing against your home team? All right, I'm gonna pull up right here on the side. I'm gonna pull up your comments on my laptop so I can actually read what you guys are saying. But all right, oh my gosh, lots of comments. You guys are awesome. So I'm just gonna put on my glasses real quick. If you guys didn't know, yes, I wear glasses here. So all right, if I'm looking here, I'm just reading your comments here. I just want to see what you guys have to say. Man cave, well, I guess so. It's gonna kind of look like, so last night at like 1 in the morning, I was like building out a cardboard, my little like what I envision my like change room locker thing's gonna look like. That's gonna be behind me with all my equipment. Anyways, it even like opens up. That's gonna be a little space to put gear and stuff in there. But anyways, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's take a look at some of your questions real quick. You're a really good goalie. I appreciate that. Man cave, it will be like my man cave. It'll be more like a hockey office. I'm starting hockey next year. Any tips? Watch my videos. Other than that, I mean, it's just practice, practice, practice. Do your best to get out there as much as possible. Do whatever you can. The more time you're on the ice, the better. Dude, you're amazing. Love you. That's amazing. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start my own beer league channel, and this because you inspired me to do it. That's amazing. Do it, do it, do it. When I first started, I was like, oh, I'm like, nobody's gonna watch this, but at the end of the day, it's gonna help me get better. So I just created content, and then you guys started watching. So I really do appreciate that. So go for it. Do it. I highly recommend, and like would tell you to do so. It also, even if your channel doesn't blow up or anything, like if you don't have anybody watching it, it's still super helpful as a goalie to watch yourself. So that's huge. Let's see, where are you gonna do your yoga then? Well, this is my current. Okay, I didn't really, I guess, show you guys. So this is my current setup. For anybody, I can't. Oh, I can flip the camera. That's cool. So as you can see there's the channel. I have my laptop hooked up to my computer, to my screen here. I got my speakers, keyboard, very minimalistic setup here, and I got my hard drives over there. And then before, if you guys remember, I had my like a hockey tree here. My bag was always on the floor, and I had that shelf behind me there. So this might turn into a yoga room. There's a little bit of room, but it's nothing crazy. But to be honest, like I don't need it to be fancy. I'd rather use the upstairs room, which is bigger, for making content for you guys than for a yoga room. Even though I love the window up there, because like you could see out the window in the morning, it's really nice. But anyways, okay, moving on. Let's see what other questions we have here. What do you think? Okay, sorry. Man, you guys have a lot of questions. This is awesome. So there's no, also just so you guys know, there's no like limit on this. I'm not gonna have to leave in 10 minutes or whatever. Like I wanna go deep with you guys. I wanna answer as many questions as I can. I want to talk about what happened last night in the Leaf game. If none of you guys know, or some of you guys don't know, just Google it. Basically, the Zamboni driver went in for the Canes, and they ended up winning, which is ridiculous. How did the Leafs not score more than 2 goals? But anyways, we'll get into that in a bit. Okay, when are you going to get new pads? To be honest, Jackson, I love my pads. There's no reason for me to upgrade or to change unless something happens to them. I'm a very much like, if it's working, I don't want to change it. And I don't have tons of money, so it's not like I could just go and get new pads all the time. But if I were to get new pads, I was looking at, now I'm going to butcher how they pronounce it, and it sucks because I wear CCM. But the Lefebvre, I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I should be able to speak French, but I can't. I love their new setups, and I'm like, oh man, that equipment would look amazing. So if I were to go to a new brand, I'd probably try them out, only because they've designed the pads that I'm currently wearing, so I know that they're going to be good. All right, what's your thoughts on inline hockey? My thoughts on inline hockey, trainer Luke, is basically, it's really difficult. I tried it once and I absolutely hated it because I wasn't able to slide, I wasn't able to shuffle, and I gave up on it. However, for the goalies who do it, I gotta give you credit because it is so much harder than ice hockey when it comes to like actually moving as a goalie in net. So I respect people who play, but I also think I got too hot. Like I love playing on ice hockey because it's just, it cools you down, you can lay on the ice if you need to. And it cools me right down. So, all right, Rangers fan 30. You should get your goalie helmet spray painted with the Puck Stops Here logo. I was thinking about that. Like, I really do want to get my helmet painted. Being all white, it's kind of annoying. But I just play so much that I don't have another helmet that I would comfortably want to wear. So if I were to send my helmet to go get painted, I would have to wear my old blue helmet, which is not safe, and I could definitely risk getting a shot and getting hurt. So, and I'm not wearing my Back to the Future helmet. So maybe between winter and summer, I'll throw it. Who's my favorite NHL team? Toronto Maple Leafs. That's because I'm from Toronto. But my second favorite team is the Vegas Golden Knights. Favorite NHL team? Okay, same question. Play ball hockey. Same idea as inline hockey. I played it a couple times. It's way too hot for me. Just something about it. And again, I don't like the fact that I can't slide, I can't shuffle, I can't T-push. I can't do the things I do normally. And it's a very different way of playing, and to be honest, as much as it's the same position, it's so different that for me, I need to rewire my brain on how to play as a ball hockey goalie, that for me to do it and be effective, it's just, I mean, I don't play on a ball hockey team, obviously, I've never been asked to play, but I just don't think I would do it, because then going from ball hockey to ice hockey, I think it would just be such a drastic change that it might affect my ice hockey, and I'd rather focus on my ice hockey. But that's just me. It could different for everybody. I'm a goalie for squirts. Any team? Any tips? Do you mean for like little guys? If so, if you're a goalie, unless that's spelt wrong, for squirts? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how to answer that question. I'm starting hockey goalie next year. Any tips? Again, so anybody who's new to hockey, I'm not going to answer it all over and over again, but basically, I highly recommend just get on the ice as much as possible. Get yourself into goalie skates and just practice your skating and the fundamentals as much as you can. The butterflies and the glove saves and all that stuff will come later, but as long as you're in the right position, you know how to recover, get up and down from being down on the ice. That's the most important thing to focus on. So, yeah. It's got to be hard for him to get back to work. Yeah, I bet. I would hate to like look at Austin Matthews being like, I stopped you from scoring. But then I'd also be like, yeah, I stopped you from scoring. Like, I think it'd be awesome. What do you think of some TPSH stickers for the mask and whatnot? I think that's a great idea. I might actually, if I'm going to get a vinyl, so I have an idea. So my room upstairs that I'm going to be building, I'm going to get a vinyl sticker with my logo. So maybe I can get them to make miniature ones that I can put on my helmet in the time being. So anyways, any tips on ice skating? I just started a week ago. Do it as much as you can. You won't get it overnight. I've been playing for over like 24 years now or 23 years, and I still fall sometimes. Like I'll catch an edge and stuff. So just skate as much as you can, as often as you can. That's my biggest tip. You won't learn through watching videos. You won't learn from reading a book. You just need to do it. How do you put your helmet on with your glasses? I don't wear my glasses during hockey, which my glasses are only when I'm reading or I'm on a screen for long periods of time. So right now I'm doing the live stream and I would actually be like this, but because I'm trying to read your comments, I don't want to have like my eyes being really squinted. So I'm just putting on my glasses there. So I don't wear contacts or I don't wear glasses when I'm playing. When are you going to get new pads? Again, I'm not going to get new pads anytime soon. Oh no, I lost some questions. Where are we? Sorry guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, any tips? Blah, blah, blah. Get new pads. Okay, get new pads. Thanks. How do you get new pads when you are low on money? Well, my first question would be, do you need new pads? If you don't need new pads, then don't get new pads. But if you absolutely 100% need new pads, I don't know how old you are, but you can get a job. If you already have a job, then maybe depending on how your spending habits are, don't buy things that you don't need and save that money. You can always sell things around your house. You can always pick up odd jobs, go help somebody if it's shoveling a driveway or cutting grass, or I'm guaranteed that if you really want to make the money to buy new pads, you could do it. You could also go look for used equipment, trade services. If you're able to do something, like I make videos for a living, so if I needed a new set of pads, I would see if maybe like I could go make a video for somebody, or if somebody who has a set of pads, maybe trade them. Hey, I'll make a video for you in exchange for your pads. For all you know, they have a business and they need a video or something like that. There's always ways to make money. Trust me, it is not impossible. So if you want new equipment, just look at what you're currently spending money on, and maybe you need to shift. Maybe you don't need that Starbucks coffee, or you don't need, a new pair of shoes. Save that money and then buy the equipment. When a player is coming to the net from the side, should I go into the RVH or VH? This is a very interesting question. And actually, let me show you real quick. I'm going to turn this camera around. So if you guys haven't heard me talk about my new website yet, I'm building it. It's taking a little longer than I wanted to, but it's basically it's going to be the GoPro goalie, the puck stops, no, TPSHgoalie.com. Basically what it looks like is this. And like, this is like the welcome. This will just be me explaining what's going on, but you'll click on this tab here. Sorry if the screen is all like, you can see the waveforms and stuff. But basically, so there's a bunch of different options here, 5-hole catcher and all this stuff, right? So cross crease passes. Now, there's not a lot of content in yet. I'm currently working on the season I'm currently playing, and I'm going through all those goals and reanalyzing them, redoing voiceovers. Like, I know I jump around a little bit, but here's like an example. This is my timeline when I'm editing my videos, right? And this video right here, this is game number 2 of this season, this current season. The game actually ends here. And if you can see, let me zoom in real quick. All these pink highlighted like clips are actually goals against. And so in the normal game that you guys watch, you'll see the goal against right here, which, so the goal is going in, so the player comes across, boom, he beats me glove side. And then I do an instant replay, and then I talk about it here for about like between 10 to 30 seconds. Well, that same goal on this website that I'm building is actually right here, and now it's like a 2-minute long video explanation breaking down exactly why that puck went in and all the things that I could have done to stop it. So I'm gonna give you guys a little preview right here. Let me just turn on my audio.
Done.
Oh,
To stop it.
sorry, my live stream is, let me mute the live stream. Boom. All right. So like here, actually, I'll just show it to you on the website because it might be better than watching it on here. So for example, that goal there, let me just, okay. So I believe that goal was under catcher because the guy scores. And then, so it's this one right here. So all you do is you click to play the lesson, the video pops up, but then I also have a really cool like written breakdown of exactly what you need to do in this situation, which is really cool. And I'm excited because this helps me get out exactly what I need to say about this goal, but also gives you some people like to watch and some people like to read. So then this is the actual video itself, just to give you guys an idea. All right, so there are three things to consider when facing a shot like this. Does the player have someone to pass to? Is the player shooting left or right-handed? And can you poke check? In this situation, there are a few key things that I could have done better to prevent this goal from going in. After quickly looking to see that the shooter had no one to pass to, I should have challenged the shooter by skating to the top of my crease. This would make me look bigger and close any holes the shooter may see. Then once I was at the top of my crease, I should have focused on what hand the player shoots with. In this specific situation, the player is left-handed, which means it would be a lot harder for him to score by shooting as he is stick handling the puck on my short side. The reason it is harder for him to score is because I was covering most of the right side of the net by playing the overlap. This means that he could really only shoot 5-hole or pull the puck in front of his body and try to shoot on my glove side, which would be a much more difficult shot to make. Once the shooter started to cut towards the front of the net, by being at the top of my crease, I would have been close enough to try and go for a poke check, which could have prevented him from getting a shot off in the first place. Because I was too far, I did not have a good chance at poke checking the puck, which then resulted in me trying to cover the bottom of the net with a butterfly slide. Lastly, the final reason this went in is because while I covered the bottom of the net nicely, I completely opened up the top corner for the player to shoot at. Since I dropped my glove hand into a blocking position rather than keeping it up and ready to catch the puck, I ended up rotating my body rather than leaning into the shot to try to get my catcher up. This ultimately opened up the entire top of the net, and since I was already too deep in my crease, the puck had way more time to elevate and to beat me over my shoulder. In conclusion, the simplest way to prevent getting scored on like this is to control your depth and to do your best to get as close to the puck as possible while maintaining enough distance to react to a sudden shot or deke. Make sure to stay square to the puck, and if you find yourself dropping your hands too often, do your best to keep them up, and don't forget to lean into the shot to maximize your chance at stopping it from going in. Oh, let me turn the camera back around. Yeah, so that's kind of like what this website's gonna be. And it's cool because again, like I get to analyze my goals against all over again, which I'm super excited about because that's the best way to learn. But it also has given me a great opportunity to show you guys in way more detail how to stop goals like that. So yeah, like that's just one example of what I'm doing. But as you can see, I'm not just throwing up the videos how I've already done them. I'm actually doing a lot of re-editing because I want to make sure that these breakdowns are clear, easy to understand, and that you guys could actually learn from them. So yeah, where was I going with this? I don't even know what sparked me to show that. I think there's a question. Sorry guys, let me see, where was I last? Hopefully it saved. Okay, your favorite team? Sorry guys, I'm just gonna go back to the questions here. Oh yeah, okay, so it was from Bryce. He said, when a player is coming to the net from the side, should I go into the RVH or the VH? So that's a perfect example of, I dropped down into the VH, but then I pushed and did a butterfly slide over. But to answer your question, there's no one size fits all type situation. Like when it comes to the RVH and the VH, typically the RVH is better suited if you're going behind the net. If the player is behind the net, because the reason you want to do the RVH is because you're covering the bottom of the net, but you also want to be ready, you know, to explode and get out if you needed to be like at the top of the crease and stuff like that. I actually made another video, which let me pull it up real quick so I can get the name. But I believe if you just go to my channel and type in RVH Fail, okay, let's switch the camera around again. So you'll see this one here, RVH Fail. So it's called Penalty Shot, Shootout, and RVH Fail. Click on that video there. And if you go to the 5-minute and 30-second mark, you'll see this video here where I don't normally break down another goalie's goals against, But I did because this one specifically has to do with what a lot of people are questioning about the RVH and VH. But the cool part is I actually spent a lot of time, let me find it 1 second here. I break it down a lot, but I created this graphic, okay? And this graphic here is kind of my belief on how I think you should treat those zones. If you look at being a goalie at playing zone, you got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So number 1 is like a hot threat. So this is somebody with the puck immediately like behind and to the side of your net. So they're number 1. Number 2 is here, which I think is a mild threat. I don't think a goal should ever be scored from this angle here. And what I'm talking about is if the puck is being kind of shot from this area. Number 3 to me is like a medium threat. Number 4 is somewhat of a mild threat because they really have not much of an angle to shoot at. Number 5 is a really mild threat, and number 6 is like your ultimate best chance at stopping the puck if somebody's shooting kind of from zone 6. So to answer your question, if you look here, these are the save selections that I would recommend based on where they are in the zone. So if a player is here, this is where you need to make a decision between RVH, VH, and standing. But realistically, if the player is really close to the net, you want to drop into that RVH because you're going to be able to cover the bottom of the net. Because many times I was standing up, the player had the puck here, passed it to the guy who was like right in the front. And because I wasn't down covering the net, they score 5-hole or they put it past me. But if I was in the RVH, I would have actually stopped the chance of it going in low. So anyways, you can go watch this video and hear my full breakdown. I don't need to do it right now, but it's called penalty shot, shootout, and RVH fail. But just type in RVH fail and it will come up. So hopefully that answers your question. Oh no, did I get rid of the, I got rid of the live stream, which means I lost where I was in those questions. Anyways, guys, let me go back up to it. All right, going back up, here we go. Whoever typed in, you should get a goalie helmet spray painted with the puck stops here. Somehow you highlighted the puck stops here, which is amazing because I guess it just, when anybody mentions that name, it highlights it. That's like my viewpoint. Okay, going back here. So what is your favorite NHL team? Again, it is Toronto Maple Leafs for anybody who didn't hear it the first time. I'm a good goalie. Patrick, that's amazing. Keep it up. And then Ryan, Patrick, you're so humble. That's hilarious. Same here. No one watch me. Okay. Thanks so much for answering. No problem. When are you going to get new pads? I've answered that a few times. Not going to get any new time soon. Ready for tonight? I am ready. I am ready for tonight. I'm always ready. After watching a Zamboni driver go in and win an NHL game, I'm pumped. I'm like, this new idea came to me. I was like, I need to try out for this. I need to try out for the backup position. There's no reason now. Like, this lit a fire, and also ultimately it probably will never happen. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't try. So I'm gonna do my best to try to figure out how to get on this, because I think it's like an open tryout, but I don't think they advertise it. So if I can somehow figure out a way to get in on that open tryout, nonetheless, even if I don't make the team, but from an experience standpoint, I think it'd be amazing. I really want to try to play as, they call it the emergency backup goalie. So E-bug, I think they call it for short. Anyways, yes. To answer your question, I am ready for tonight. I'm really, I wish I was playing right now. Like, I'm so stoked. How do you wear glasses with your goalie helmet? I already answered it. I do not. Have you ever tried to reduce the radius on your skates? Reduce it as in sharper or less? I used to get them cut at 1/4, and now I do 5/8. And actually, for the last little while, I've been thinking about getting new goalie skates, not because mine are terrible, but I've been looking at the new ones lately, and I really love the idea of having that extreme attack angle. So I was like, the new like CCMs and Bowers are making them where they're like taller, more like a player skate, and they take out the plastic that goes around the boot of the skate, and I'm like, I think I want to try those. I want to have an ability to have a better opportunity to push when I'm already down on the ice. So anyways, hopefully that made sense. That was crazy. I'm a good goalie too. I have 10 shutouts. Your pads are very expensive. Yeah, pads are very expensive for sure. Bonjour. Kane's definitely really good, so Leafs couldn't do more goals. I mean, yeah, they shut them down completely. They only let them get 10 shots on David. So your pads are nice. Thank you. I love them too. Instead of a bench style locker, just build a drying closet. Way easier and will dry your gear better. I agree, but I don't think it's as visually appealing as it would to have like a really cool locker. Like, imagine this. behind me with all my gear. Like I think it would look cool. And also for the videos that I want to make, I actually have this idea to get like a rubber floor mat, and then I'd actually do some gear videos in my room, so I could sit there and stuff like that. So I think having like this would be actually really cool because it would also look good on camera, and it would feel like I'm in a change room. So okay, instead of, yeah, I'm a good goalie, I have 10 shutouts. Any tips to get more? Just keep doing what you're doing. If it's working, it's working. Yeah. Who are you reading? What do you mean, and who am I reading? Like, what books am I reading right now? I have a few which are upstairs, which I'll run back up there in a second, to show you guys again the room for anybody who's just tuning in. And I'll show you what books that I have right now on the go. When did you start playing goalie? Because when I started goalie, I watched you and your tips really helped. I started when I was 5 years old. I was playing, prior to me starting, I played, I think, 2 years before that, or I guess the year before that, where you learn how to skate and then they put you in like game situations, but it's all just for fun, and there was no such thing as a goalie. And then the next year I played in house league, and it was where they like everybody gets their chance to play every position, and I played in net, and then everybody else got to play, and then nobody else wanted to go in net, but I enjoyed it so much that I just kept playing. So I basically started when I was 5, and I've played ever since then, except for about maybe, I went to college for 2 years, came back, tried out for junior C team, pretty much made the team but couldn't commit due to work, and then I didn't play for maybe 2-3 years, so about 5 years off, and then I got back into playing men's league, and been playing ever since. Okay, I have a hard time sliding. That's the only problem I have. That's way fall so much. I have that's way fall so much. I don't know what you meant by that. But I have, okay. If you're having a hard time sliding, then there's a few things. Maybe you're not pushing hard enough. Maybe your skates aren't sharp enough. Maybe you just haven't learned how to do it or practice it enough, which is why it feels like it's hard to do it. Or maybe your pads are actually old. If your pads are old and they're not designed to slide, then obviously you're gonna have a hard time doing that. If you watch my earlier content, you'll see I was in RBK 7s, and those weren't designed for sliding. They were more of a hybrid pad right before all these like butterfly style pads came out, and they weren't designed for sliding. Although I could a little bit, they were just horrible. So it also might depend on your actual pad itself. So again, it's one of those things. Skates aren't sharp enough, you haven't done it or practiced it enough, maybe your pads are too old, or again, it's just, yeah, practice. Okay, what is the best stick for goalie? Any goalie stick. I'm not loyal to a certain brand. I do not think composite is better than foam core or better than wood. I mean, they all have their benefits. Obviously composite are lighter, but they'll break more often. I used foam core for the longest time until I came across that CCM like composite that I'm currently using. I absolutely love it. I thought it would have broken by now, but surprisingly it's held up. So I've definitely changed my opinion on composites. But I have no preference when it comes to what is the best goalie stick. Just as long as it's the right size. Do not get a stick that's too big or too small. I always thought I needed the biggest stick, and when I dropped down to the CCM, which was actually an inch smaller, I found that I was able to actually control the puck better, and I had a better time using that stick, because when I dropped down to the butterfly, the angle at which the blade hit on the ice was less steep, which means the puck actually goes into me rather than over my shoulder in the back of the net, which did happen to me with my older stick. So right size, as long as you can afford it, and it's whatever weight you can handle, because obviously a wooden stick's gonna be a lot heavier. So, all right, what do you think about Brian's gear? Because I use all CCM pads and Brian's glove and blocker. Again, same answer. To me, I'm not loyal to any brand. I do not care what helmet, what glove, what blocker I'm wearing. Whatever feels good, it's gonna protect me and is the right size. That's all I care about. Honestly, the pads I bought them used off of a goalie who only used them like once or twice, and I only fell in love with the design, and I didn't care what make they were, what year they were, like that's not what I look for, because as a beer league goalie, like those little things won't matter as much as they would to somebody who's maybe playing professionally or on their way to play professionally. Like for example, I bet all of you guys watch Trav for Oilers. Obviously he's more meticulous about his gear because he's trying to play at such a high level that every edge that he can get obviously will benefit him and his game. Whereas me, I just focus on having fun and being in position, because those little changes in gear won't really necessarily affect my game so much that I need to worry about it. So that's my advice. Don't worry about the gear. At the end of the day, again, size, does it fit you? Is it going to protect you? And do you like it? There is an element of like having confidence. I feel my gear is like my cape. It's like my costume. So for me, I want to look good because then it'll make me feel good, which will make me feel better. So, yeah. Read mine, please. What book? What's the name of your book, Patrick? And what's it about? Let me know. Do you wax on your pads to help yourself slide faster? I do not do anything to my pads. I do not clean them. I do not wax them. I don't do anything to them. I'm really bad when it comes to gear maintenance. I really just wear it and keep wearing it. Yeah. You've seen Alpha and Omega film? I have not. I love how you analyze why you were scored on and what you could do better. That's why I watch your channel. Well, thank you, Trent. I appreciate it. And that's why I made this channel. From my first video, if you go back and watch my first video, it's a terrible voiceover, but it's literally me saying that I'm making these videos because I want to help goalies get better and I want to learn from my mistakes. And the only way to do that is by actually breaking down and analyzing what I do right and what I do wrong. So I'm glad and appreciate you watching my channel because of that. Also, I realized nobody else was really doing that, so I figured why not fill that gap of helping goalies like you guys out, as well as myself. Like, it was selfish to begin with because I knew that watching these videos was going to help me, but I knew it would help you guys too. So, do you play video games? If you do, what games? To be honest, I am way too busy for video games at this current time. I used to play, and if I find a moment where I have a second to play, I'll actually open up the emulator I have on my computer and play Zelda Ocarina of Time. I know for some of you guys might not know what that is, but it's an old game for Nintendo 64. I absolutely love that game, and it just brings me back to my childhood of playing it and trying to figure out how to beat it, that I just love it. And so if I need a moment, I don't want to get into a new game where I have to figure out a whole new universe, so I'm just like playing a game that I like, but it's more of a stress relief than anything. But for the majority of my time, my free time is spent doing this. Videos for you guys, building now my new website, which is going to be amazing, or playing hockey, or doing anything like that, or going to grab hoodies, you know, like, I don't have much free time, and when I do, it's usually actually spent doing more stuff like this. So, yeah. Bradley, you've helped me out as a goalie so much. Well, I'm glad that I've been able to help you. No, okay, here we go. I'm glad, yeah, I'm really grateful that you guys are watching my stuff, and I'm happy to hear that it helps you guys. Do you watch other YouTube goalies videos? Of course I do. I watch Wayne. I basically watch every goalie that you probably watch, and if there's any goalies that you guys recommend I should check out, I highly put them in the comments. I'd love to check out what other goalies are doing on here, because I think at the end of the day, like, I don't look at every channel as like, oh, you're better than me and I'm better than you and all that stuff. Like, I think all of us bring a unique element to YouTube, and we all provide you guys with more insight on playing, and ultimately that's all YouTube is. And I really love the fact that I get to make these videos and share my opinions on how I think you guys can improve as goalies. And I love seeing how Trav does his videos, and I've talked to him, and he's a really good dude, and like his obviously is more geared towards like goalies who still have a chance at making it, and I love seeing the process and what he's going through to try to get to that next level. But for beer leaguers, I was like, you know what, let me try to make content specific for you guys. And then you have Wayne, the VO goalie, and his content's just great. It's entertaining. He has a wonderful voice. So it's always a pleasure to listen to his videos. And yeah, I do watch other goalies when I do have the time, for sure. Just a heads up, this stream starts with TOSH instead of TPSH. You know what? I was filling it in with my, let me go see if I can edit the video even though it's live. Thank you for pointing that out. I did it on, there we go. I did it on my phone, so I probably just mistyped it. So anyways, okay, shoot, I keep doing this. I keep losing my position. Okay. What pad size would you recommend? I'm 6 foot person with long legs. I have a 33+1 and they're noticeably small. I was considering 35s. Well, I am also 6 foot and I am currently wearing a 34, 32. Let's find out. I always forget. Again, this is how much I don't really pay too much attention to my equipment. As long as I feel it fits in the moment, I like it. I just go with it. So let me just double check. I have my pads up here, so let me flip the camera around. They are, yeah, see, I bought them used. It has some other guy's name on it. How funny is that? Actually, I think I have to check the tag. 1 minute, let me just put this. I'm gonna put this, just put it here. Let me just see real quick. What are these here? These are I'm pretty sure they're 30. Here we go. Yeah, 34 plus 1.5. So they are pretty much a 35 and a half. So if you are 6 foot, then I recommend getting the 35s because I'm currently wearing basically 35. 34 plus 1.5. Those are my pads there. I absolutely love them, by the way. So yeah, again, for anybody asking me when am I gonna get new gear? Come on. How am I supposed to get new pads and I have these guys still? They're just beautiful. I love them. Anyways, again, for anybody just tuning in, I'm just gonna show off. So as you probably saw downstairs, it's pretty empty in my room. It's because I'm actually gonna migrate and make this my new room. Because I want to shoot more content like this for you guys. So I want to have like my camera here, and then I'm gonna have all this stuff behind me. But I'm also gonna throw my logo big on the wall behind me. I'm gonna get like instead of having this ugly like player tree thing, like this goalie stick tree, or whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna get like an actual hockey locker type thing. And yeah, that's gonna be super exciting. And if anybody, if you didn't know, I have a couple extra hoodies. So if you didn't get one yet and you want one, I still have them in all these sizes. So if you want one, I got extra small, I got smalls, I got mediums, I got larges, extra larges. I even got one triple extra large for anybody who needs it. And I got, I think, 3 more 2XLs. So if anybody wants a hoodie and didn't get one, I do still have a bunch. So if you want one, go to tpshstore.com to get it, because once these are gone, they are gone. I don't know if I'm going to be making these again. The next thing I might do is a jersey, but I can't guarantee or say when that's going to happen. So do not hold your breath for that, because I don't know. It might be next December. Who knows? But anyways, this is the room. Oh, and to answer your question on what books I am reading, let me pull them out real quick. There you go. So I have a couple here. Now, I work for a software company called ClickFunnels, so some of my books are theirs because I love reading them. I love where I work, so I definitely want to consume it. So I got .com and Expert Secrets. Those I have. I also have a bunch of like little videos here. I got Elon Musk, because I love Elon. These are, again, little cheat books that they have for ClickFunnels. I got this one, which is called Goalie Mindset Secrets. This one here was from Pete. He made it to New Jersey. He got drafted to New Jersey Devils, and he talks about like the mindset behind getting to the NHL as a goalie. So this is a really cool book. I think he actually gives it away for free plus shipping. So if you're interested, go check that out. Then I got The Champion's Mind, which is a really good book here, which is really cool because it's like it goes into how great athletes like train, how they think, and how they thrive. So if you're interested, that's a good book there too. And I got a couple new books here that I haven't read yet. One of the speakers at the ClickFunnels has an annual event called Funnel Hacking Live, and this is just Garrett White's books here, so I haven't read them yet, so I can't tell you what they're about, but he was giving them away for free, so I was like, oh, I'm going to grab them. I feel very overexposed right now. This light, there we go. Oh, no. Anyways, and again, just more ClickFunnels books here, so, but yeah, and then I also have in my room, let me just grab them real quick. 1 second. These are the current books I have on my nightstand. So these are the ones I'm currently reading. So I got Tony Robbins, and this is really cool. He talks about how anybody can get into stocks and what you really need to understand. And then I got this one here, which is the Embrace the Grind, which is another good goalie book. I recommend it. It's really good. So if anybody likes reading specifically goalie content, these books here are really good. So if you want them, definitely go to Amazon or whatever. They're really good. So, anyways, okay. So yeah, let me go back downstairs to the Q&A, see what other questions you guys have. This has been fun. I really enjoy this, and I'm thinking too, I want to do more of these live Q&As. So if you're enjoying it, hit that like button, let me know, because then I'll know that you guys want me to do more of these. And if you don't like it, well, there is a dislike button. You can hit the dislike button. This is just good feedback for me. I'm actually getting a little warm wearing my hoodie right now, so give me 1 second. It's pretty hot. It's a good hoodie. I tell you that. Not because I'm biased. They're just really, really good warm hoodies. I absolutely love them, but running up and down stairs, and it's pretty warm in here, so I'm like, I'm gonna take it off. Anyway, so hopefully that answers your question, Michael. 34 plus 1.5. All right, the first time I played, I was not a goalie. My coach called me over to put on the pads because nobody wanted to play goalie. So I did it and I put up a shutout and it was in roller hockey. Congratulations, that's amazing. And I assume that you're still a goalie now? Do you play video games? Okay. You skip my hardest question ever. Was your question something about how to spell a word or something? Can you spell this Finnish word? I don't even know how to pronounce it. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know. I think, one second here, show, there. I think it was hidden for some reason. Okay. Going down, really helpful. Okay, just a heads up the stream, yep, okay, I got that one here. Okay, from Chris. Hey Sam, I didn't know what time you were going to do live today. I knew you were going live today, just got home from church. What's up, Chris? Well, you can always go back once I end this live stream, or you can start it from the beginning now and chat up. Nothing crazy, just talking about like updates. I'm changing my room and I'm just answering some questions. And with the whole thing what happened with the Leafs last night, I'm like just super excited and I just want to talk about it and stuff like that. But right now we're doing some Q&A. So can you go into one of my videos right now while I'm having a hard time sliding? I will at the end of the stream. I can't like click on your profile. But also I'm going to answer other people's questions, but I'll definitely take a look. I'll open it up in a new tab right now, and see what you're doing so I can actually help you out. Who's your favorite hockey player? Marc-Andre Fleury, I think, is definitely up there. I love everything about him. He's always smiling. He always has so much fun on the ice. He truly is just like the epitome of what I would want to be if I was in the NHL. Like, he clearly is there and he's having fun. Like, I absolutely love Marc-Andre Fleury, both on and off the ice. I think he's my favorite of all time. If anybody has a connection with him, I would love to send him a hoodie. Please let me know. I would love to get him a hoodie. Getting him to wear one would be like the ultimate like goal for me. Okay, Chris, I'm glad you love your hoodie. That's amazing. I'm happy that you got one. Patrick, I love that video game. Yeah, Zelda's a great game. Love your pads. Kane Von Gate, yep, I watch him as well. But he hasn't posted too often lately. I mean, I think he started posting again, but yeah. Goalie Gab, I think I started watching their stuff too. I will definitely open that one up again. I do remember checking it out once. Okay, Goalie Gab makes me feel okay for being in my slums. I love your pads. I don't know what size I would be. I'm surprised you have time to read books. Yes, I mean, those books are books that I am reading, but they aren't like, I wish I could dedicate every day to read. I really do. But like, literally every day I'm going to bed around maybe midnight, maybe 1 in the morning, and then getting up for work and getting to work by like 9:30, 10, and then I work until like 9:30, 10, and then I come home. And literally for the last 2 weeks, every single night I come home, I'm creating another piece of content for the TPSH Goalie content, like for the website. So like, I lately haven't had much time to read books. Also, I lent it. Speaking of books, if you want to read a good book, I don't have it. Let me pull it up. This book, a lot of people say, man, you beat yourself up a lot. Like sometimes you can't stop all these goals. Like it's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. But here's the thing. You could always do something more. You can always do something more to hopefully better your chances. And this book here is called Extreme Ownership. Okay? Extreme Ownership. I wish this, yeah, move. There you go. This book here is probably one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. So I highly recommend every single person pick this up. It's how a U.S. Navy SEAL leads and wins. And so this book here is written by 2 Navy SEALs, and they basically explain how in the military, when they were there and they were commanding people to do these really intense tasks, like how do you lead an army basically to do what they have to do, but also to take extreme ownership over every situation. Regardless if you're at the top of the chain or the bottom of the chain, you can always be in control and take ownership over what you're doing. And even when it comes down to somebody else did something that was wrong, it's how you react to it and how you actually could make a difference in that situation. And that's how I think about goaltending. Yes, sometimes you're going to be left to dry. Sometimes you're going to get odd man rushes, 3-on-0s, breakaways. You know, you're not going to have help from your D, but you can always still take the ownership of what could I have done better to stop that puck from going in. And that's what I think my channel represents as well, is like, look, yes, goalies, especially in men's league, get shot and shot and shot after shot after shot, but ultimately you could still do something better to stop those pucks. There's no reason, like, I mean, obviously it's impossible to get a shutout every game, but realistically, when you break down every goal, which is what I'm doing in my new website, I realize that, shoot, a lot of the times in the videos when I show you guys the breakdown, yes, I am technically correct on my breakdown, but sometimes there's something that happens actually before the goal or even the opportunity for that goal to happen, where I could have done something even more to prevent that opportunity from happening in the first place. And that's where this book really taught me and shed the light on, like, you know what? You got to own everything. You can't ever pass the blame off to anybody else. And this book, I highly recommend it. I got the hardcover, but there's an audiobook. You can get it for free with getting an Audible trial right now, or get the paperback. I recommend the hardcover. I love hardcovers, but best book I've ever read, probably to date, when it comes from a personal development standpoint. Absolutely love that book. And then Chris, come on guys, buy a hoodie. I bought one. I'm so glad I did. They're awesome and warm and really well built. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the plug. You need to let your girlfriend decorate the wall. It looks pretty empty there. So William, if you didn't listen, if you scroll back a couple minutes, you'll see I'm actually, like, everything is out of this room. Everything is out of that room. I am actually moving upstairs to our spare bedroom. We gave the bed to her brother, so now it's just an empty room. We were doing yoga in it. But I'm like, you know what, I'm going to utilize that space to make cooler content for you guys where I'm talking to the camera like this, and I'm going to make a really cool, awesome background behind me. So let me just adjust this camera real quick here. Okay. So you need to let your girlfriend, yeah. So that guy that played for Carolina last night, he played Signor in a little town just down the road from my town. That's awesome. Man, honestly, like, I wish, I need to go figure out how to try it. The one thing I was talking to Steve McKeegan, he's future pro goalie. I literally messaged him this morning like, man, I need to figure out how to become the emergency backup goalie. What does it take? Because he used to be a goalie coach for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And he's like, there's actually an open tryout. But he said something which was really interesting. He's like, that actually, he shouldn't legally be allowed to play because he's actually technically being paid by Scotiabank Arena, which might have conflict of interest. Now, obviously, any goalie who goes into that situation, I don't think would ever let in goals, because ultimately it's your one chance. You'll probably never get to play on the ice again, so you don't want to be the goalie who lets in all the goals. But ultimately, that was interesting. So I'm wondering if that's the case, I might be able to get in there. So my whole goal moving forward is, like, I want to train and I want to practice and I want to get to one of those tryouts and I want to do my best to become the next, like, Scotiabank Arena emergency backup goalie, just because it'd be super cool. It'd be fun, and even if I can get on some of the ice, like, for practices with the players, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So what video editing software do you use? Is there a tutorial you recommend? I have a backlog of GoPro footage, but I don't have a good workflow setup editing them quickly. Brenda, type in my YouTube channel how to edit hockey videos or how to edit goalie videos, and I break down exactly what I do, what software I use, but the software doesn't matter as much as the technique. It's like a 5-minute video. You might have to play it and rewind it and stuff like that because I try to go over it pretty quickly. But just how to edit hockey videos. You'll see it, and I think I did a pretty good job explaining my workflow and what I do in order to edit these videos. Tendy Ian, hey, what's up? Have you seen the new 3S Bauer gear? I actually have not seen the new Gat Bauer gear. Let me check it out. Let's see. Images. Looks pretty cool. To be honest, like, I tried on the Bauers when I first was about to buy my new pads, and I liked them, but to me, I felt like they felt cheap. Like, they didn't feel durable. And then I tried the CCM Extreme, like the eFlex Pros, the 2s, the all white ones that I had, and I'm like, these feel like real goalie pads. I'm gonna get these instead. But I wonder if these are good. I mean, a lot of goalies obviously are wearing Bauers, so clearly they're good. But to be honest, I think if I were to get any new gear, it would be, again, I can't pronounce it because it's French, but Lefebvre, the ones who used to make CCM, but now they make their own. Yeah. Cheyenne, I think that's how you pronounce it. Love your videos. Thank you. I don't know how, but I am better to save penalty shots than normal shots. To be honest, I feel the same. I think I've only ever let in, like, maybe 3 shootout goals so far this season, or since I started this channel, maybe. I'd have to go back. That number could be wrong. But I usually get beat on a breakaway, which is really interesting. I'll get beat on a breakaway or a simple shot, but I actually do better in a shootout. Don't know why. He played for Norwood Vipers Senior A. Cool. So clearly he's somewhat playing at, I wouldn't say a high level, but he's playing up there. John, tips on how to break in brand new Bauer glove. I can't say specifically to that Bauer glove, but in terms of breaking in a glove, just use it, keep working it in, breaking it in, closing, opening, opening, closing. Just keep doing that as much as you can. Wet it. You could try, there's a technique, the Goalie Crease Network. He made a video where he basically showed you how he breaks in his gloves. Might help you there. I've never tried that technique. My glove came in pretty well broken in. But yeah, you were the one who inspired me to play hockey. Well, that's amazing, Ian. I appreciate that you mentioned, like, that you saying that, and I'm happy that I was able to inspire you to get started. And I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you love it as much as I do, because I can't imagine not playing hockey. Like, I just can't imagine it. Alex De Silva, would you recommend CCM or Warrior for gloves and Trapper? Big fan of my CCM Premier set, but it seems like the E-Flex are heavier than Warrior. Any takes? I can never give my honest opinion about something I haven't tried. So as much as I would say I love my CCMs, which I do, I cannot say whether or not they're better or worse than the Warriors. And that's just because I've never tried on the Warriors. I put them on, but I've never used them in a game situation. So that's the one thing I hate about our position. You can't really try on equipment, and it's so annoying because, like, you're putting such a huge investment into these pads and stuff that you're going to hopefully wear for a long time. And then all of a sudden you wear it and you're like, I absolutely hate it. And then you have to resort to selling it, and it's used now and you're going to lose a lot of money. So I would hate to recommend something that I haven't tried, but I can say in all honesty that I love my glove, and I just got to get better at actually catching the puck in the pocket and not in the palm. I love my glove. I do get a few stingers here and there, but I think every glove you're going to get a few stingers. You're going to either have mobility where you can close it quickly, or you're going to get have beefier padding where you can't close it as fast. But Bauer is the best. That's, again, opinion based, but totally, like, if you love Bauer, use Bauer. If you don't, you don't. I met you in Saginaw, Michigan at our post office. Crazy, probably don't remember. Yes, I do remember. Thank you for checking out my channel. So this guy here, okay, I was literally in the post office with stacks and stacks of, like, the hoodies, and I was like shipping them, and I was there for like 3 hours if anybody watched that vlog. And yeah, some of the people came in and they were like, what are you doing? And I showed them, and I was like, oh, I have a YouTube channel, these are the hoodies. That is really cool. Thank you for checking out. Your name is the famous Nameless Shameless Family channel. So I don't remember your name, but thank you. I appreciate you checking out the stream. That's amazing. I love Warrior equipment. I mean, I would love to try Warrior equipment. I know Trav for Oilers had some, but now he switched back to Vaughn. But he said he liked his Warrior equipment, but the glove broke down on him or something. But again, he's playing at such a high level. He's on the ice so often that I understand his equipment breaking down. And to be honest, I'm surprised he doesn't have a practice glove. If you're listening, Trav, if you're watching this for any reason, I highly recommend that you also get a practice glove, just so that you're not breaking down your game glove when you're practicing. Have you ever had an injury due to hockey? Have I ever had an injury? I've been injured, but not enough to get me off the ice. I posted a video a while ago where I actually broke my finger in the warm-up. I have this really bad habit. My sticks are upstairs, but basically, if this is my stick, right, and I'm holding my stick, I have this bad habit in warm-up where, for me, it's a mental thing that if I could stop a puck with just like the paddle of my stick, I know that I'm gonna have a good game. And so I went to go do it to one of the players who has the hardest shots on my team at the time. And I hold the goalie stick like this with my trigger finger, so it actually overlaps like this. So it's kind of, imagine this was the paddle of my stick. It actually overlaps, and I did this, and I literally stopped the puck with my bare finger, and it hurt a lot. And I didn't realize I broke my finger. I played the entire game with it. Then I went to the hospital afterwards, and it was broken, and then I was out for technically, I think, 2 weekends. But then I was like, okay, I'm good, I'm going back in. Other than that, there was a time when I was younger where I got a nice skate to the back. Didn't leave the game, but it definitely I got a cut. But that was pretty much the extent of my injuries while playing hockey. Yeah. Sam, I'm glad that you liked the idea I ran by you on Friday. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Chris had this idea, which I've been thinking about doing it for a while, but basically I want to make like dry towels with my logo on it. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know. I might make a bunch and either give them away, or I might sell them, or like add it to something else. If you buy like a t-shirt or something, I might give you guys like a free, like, you know, the little square towels that people usually have in hockey arenas for wiping their skates and stuff like that. So Yeah, okay. Did you say that there's a giveaway? So, okay, if anybody watched my last video on Wednesday, I am doing a giveaway. This is not the announcement of the winner of that live giveaway yet, of that giveaway. Basically, what I'm doing is anybody who goes to my last video and leaves a comment, you will have a chance to win a free 1 year subscription to tpshgoalie.com, the website I was showing you guys. And the way it works is you just literally leave a comment on that video. And now here's one more thing though. If you guys share the video, because I know a lot of the times when people enter contests, they don't want to share it because they're worried that if they share it, somebody else might win. Well, in order for me to be like, no, I want you guys to share the video. I want as many people to have the opportunity as possible because I truly believe that the TPSH Goalie website will help all of you. If you tag somebody and they win, or if, for example, you share it with them and they leave a comment, make sure they write your name. But if they win, then you also win as well. So basically, there's going to be a chance of 2 giveaways of getting a year subscription to tpshgoalie.com. All you have to do is comment, and if you share it with your friends, make sure they put your name beside their comment, and this will give you guys both another opportunity to win. So that's the giveaway, but that live stream will happen once I'm done the website. I'm going to show you guys the website again one more time. So let's go here. So basically this is the website, again, if anybody's tuning in late, where you'll go and it's just like you can log in, and on the side here, sorry if it's really loud, the mic is now really close to me. And you go and here's like the welcome video, which I need to film. This is just another video for now, where I'll basically explain the website, how to go through it, how to find what you're looking for. And that's just like a little brief explanation of like what I believe in as a goaltender and like what being a dominator means. And yeah, so then you'll go into like goals against videos, which are here, and you can pick. So if you're struggling 5-hole, you'll go here and there'll be a bunch of videos. Like I said, right now I'm still going through all the goals I've ever let in, and I'm creating out the content. It just, as I mentioned, like here is my timeline, okay? So a video, this is a full game video, okay? And that full game video takes maybe 3 or 4 hours to create, right? And you can see it's about 10 minutes long. Let me mute my computer. It's about 10 minutes long. This goal, okay, is right here. So these 2 pink clips, that's this goal. So you could see how much time it's going to take me to edit all these goals against, okay? And this one game alone, I let in 5 goals. So if I scroll over, I've already edited now 5 of them, and I think I have 1 more or 2 more. I let in 6 goals, I think, this game, or something like that. Anyways, I definitely didn't let in 7, so I got to figure out what this extra one is here. Maybe it's just a continue. Oh, it's shootout. So that's what that is. It's a goal I let in the shootout. So anyways, as you can see, it's going to take a lot of work to fill up this website. But like dekes and breakaways, there's nothing in there just yet. But here's deflection and screens. I got 2 in there right now, which is super awesome. And they're, again, so the way I'm wording it is like season 6, so that you guys know what season it is. So season 6, it's actually from game 2, and it's goal 2. So this is my idea as well. I might actually, here is like the breakdown of that goal, but I might actually, if you scroll down, I might put beside, instead of click to watch, go back to the lessons, I might include another button that says go to watch the actual game. If you guys are curious. I mean, obviously once you're in here, I'd rather you guys like focus on getting better and not going back and watching the full games, because then you might get distracted. But maybe that might be a good idea. And then I'm gonna have I'm gonna have wraparounds, passes from behind the net. So I'm gonna have all of these odd man rushes, but again, I'm still working my butt off to try to get these, to fill this content out. So every weekend from now until it's done, I'm gonna just go and literally just fill this up. I'm gonna try to do it a little quicker. Here's deflections and screens, blocker side, catcher side, 5-hole, and etc. So this website here, again, it's going to take me a little bit to build, but I'm super excited about it, and I think that it's going to help you guys out. And if at the end of the day, if nobody signs up for it, it's still a tremendous, awesome experience, because I'm actually, like I said, writing out exactly why these goals are going in, which are helping me out tremendously. So like I'm putting these really big, I'm really thinking about everything possible about why this goal went in and what you could do to prevent it in the future if you find yourself in this situation. And somebody said to me, they were like, I love this idea of this website, but unless I could submit my own footage, then I'm not actually interested, because I have a different style than you. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, you know what, I totally understand and respect your opinion. But then I realized, I'm like, as I'm actually going through and editing these videos, it's not a matter of your style of play. What I'm actually educating you guys on is where you should be positionally, what you should be thinking about when a player is in that specific situation. So if a player is coming down from me from the right side or the left side, what are the things that you should consider regardless of your style of play? So I'm like, you know what? No. Like, this actually will benefit every single goalie who goes in and watches these videos, because I'm not saying make sure that you need to have your glove here, or you always have to have your hand up like this or like this. I'm not talking technique. I'm sharing more of like what you need to think of as a goalie, so that when you're in that situation, eventually you're going to watch these videos and you're going to notice there's some repetition, and eventually once you watch them, you're going to be like, oh, it's just like a checklist. Okay, I'm playing a game, a player is coming down on me from my blocker side. Immediately you're going to think about the videos that you've watched, and you're going to be like, okay, what stick is the hand? What way does he hold the stick? Is he left or is he right? Does he have somebody to pass to? If he has nobody to pass to, and the stick and the puck is on his forehand, but he's left-handed and he's on my right side, is he going to actually shoot it? Probably not, because it's a lot harder if the player's left-handed shooting on your right side, because they have to literally pull the puck over to try to open up your glove hand side. I know it's a little harder to understand when I'm not showing a physical example, but all of a sudden my point is that it's going to give you like a mental checklist of what to think about every time you're on the ice. So that's what I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be super, super awesome. Yeah, anyways. All right, that's your video. Yes, look good, Sam. Looking good, thank you. Can't wait for the website to be done. Me neither. I know it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm super, super excited. Also, if you're a player and you want to join the website, like, it actually might give you insight on what goalies are thinking about when you're about to go and shoot on them. So it actually might give you an idea of how to actually beat them as well. That's not my intention. I only want to help goalies, but if you're a player, it might help you out as well. Have you been to an NHL game? Yes, I've been to a few. Absolutely love them, and I want to get to more. Williams, what if I'm already a dominator? Well, that's great. Keep it up. Still be a dominator. If you haven't got my free wallpaper, it's a great reminder. It's free, 100% free if you guys want. If you don't have it yet, I can't show it to you on my phone because I'm using my phone for this live stream. But if you go to TPSH Goalie right now, TPSH Goalie, you'll see this awesome free wallpaper. And it's basically what I believe it takes to be a goalie. And so it's a constant reminder, like an affirmation of like, I am a dominator. I always show up early. I never give excuses. I always put in the work. I never stop trying. I always work harder. I never stop improving. I always dominate it on the ice and in life. And this is like my little explanation of like what I believe in. And I truly do believe that like you need to dominate your life. And it kind of goes back to that book I was reading about extreme ownership, where it's like, I believe that the Puck Stops Here is just more than just a great title for my YouTube channel. I truly believe that the puck represents your fears, your anxieties, what's holding you back from accomplishing your goals. And like the Puck Stops Here to me represents a movement that no matter what comes at you, you are the one who decides whether or not to stop it. You decide if you are going to continue to let your fears, anxiety, and doubts control what you do on and off the ice. Dominate in everything that you do. Show up early, don't give excuses, put in the work, don't stop trying, work harder, and never stop improving. And I do live my life by this. This is why I made this wallpaper. And like, go try out for the teams you don't think you'll make. Ask the girl or guy out that you don't think likes you or that's out of your league. Do something that you believe you will fail at, because that's the only way you'll know for sure, is by trying. So if you want to dominate on the ice and in life, that's why I created that free wallpaper. So if you guys didn't know about that wallpaper, go get it right now. It's free, literally. Just put in your email and I'll email it to you, and you'll get it. And I think it's truly a great a reminder of like, oh yeah, every time I wake up, I want to read this because it's reminding me like, okay, today is a day that I have an opportunity to do something to get myself further to where I want to be. You know, everybody always wants to be somewhere different, regardless of how happy you are in the moment. I think ultimately I absolutely love my life. I love everything that I'm doing. I love this channel. I love my work. I love everything. But there's still a part of me that thinks like, okay, well, what else can I do? Like, what else can I do to get further? Like, I want to have more free time with my family. I want to make more content for you guys. I want to do all that. So what can I do to get to that point? And this wallpaper reminds me like, okay, I got to always show up early. I got to do all that stuff every single day without even thinking about it. So it's a great reminder of that. So yeah, let me jump back to some more questions here. Very cool website idea. Thank you. Yeah, I also post YouTube videos like just like you. By the way, how long have you played hockey? I forgot about the older videos. I played since I was 5. Are you going to buy new skates? I'm really thinking about buying new skates. I just don't know when. I really should probably get new pants before I get new skates, but I think the new skates will help me more than the new pants. My pants are currently pretty bulky, but I could still move pretty well in them, and I'd rather be a little bit bigger than smaller, so I'd probably rather get new skates. Just don't know when I'm going to buy those. They're pretty expensive, and I think with me going to buy all the new stuff for the room upstairs that I'm going to be redecorating, I think my money's going to get spent there first. Although, once this website is established, it would be nice to see other goalies getting critiqued. Yes, and that's something I was thinking about too. Like, ultimately, I want it to be specifically my goals against for 2 reasons. One, because A, I know that I give myself permission to do that, and B, like going back to the first point, like I don't want those goalies to think that I'm using them for personal gain, if that makes sense. Like, I would hate for another goalie to go and be like, hey, like, you're doing this for your YouTube channel or whatever, and like, you owe me money now. Like, I would hate for that to happen. So on YouTube, like, it totally makes sense because it's just, here's a recap of the game. But for the website itself, I don't think maybe legally I can do it. And I would hate to, like, for any goalie to feel like I'm profiting from them playing. You know, hope that makes sense. I think for the most part, they would appreciate the breakdown, but also I'd hate for them to think that, like, what I'm saying is wrong. And it's just, I don't feel it's my place to critique another goalie who isn't asking me to do it. Hopefully that makes sense. Pekka Rinne or Tuukka Rask? It's a very good question. I hate the Boston Bruins. Nothing against any Boston fans who are watching this video. But he is a good goalie. Rinne is good too, but I think Tuukka's had better consistency. So I'm going to say Tuukka, especially because he almost was supposed to be a Leaf goalie, but yeah. Anyways, 1v1, me at the outdoor rink will make a video. If you are in Toronto, that could be a possibility. I've been trying to get on an outdoor rink. I've just been so busy with work lately. But I would love to get on an outdoor rink. I think it'd be amazing. Alex Da Silva, if you get square to the puck above the crease, what visual markers do you use to know where you are in the crease in case I overskate the crease? It's a really good point. And that's something that comes with time. And to be honest, I don't use visual markers. Maybe I do subconsciously, and I have to think a little bit more about it. Next time I'm in that moment, I'll have to like really think about what I'm doing. But to be honest, I just know that once I'm out of my crease and I'm square, make micro adjustments rather than big adjustments, because that's the best way to put yourself out of position, is to come really big out of your crease, and then all of a sudden, like, say that, it's perfect, I'm wearing a crease on my shirt. So say you normally play here, right, and the player is like shooting, if you're here, and the player is shooting from here, you're probably at a good distance, but if the player is shooting really far, I can't get too far, but the player is shooting like really far, and you want to come out a little bit, but if he starts moving this way, right? Or if he moves a little bit and you make a big movement, I can't really show too much. You're basically opening more net. So my advice is just concentrate on making macro movements. Don't go crazy. Don't worry so much about visuals. I think just stay square to the puck. And the way I think about it is like, if the puck is on their stick and the stick is between my legs and it's square to their puck, then I know I'm square. Just again, micro movements. I'll think about it more, and I'll definitely mention it in a video if I do use certain like visual cues or something. Do you have a favorite NHL goalie? I did answer this earlier, but it is Marc-Andre Fleury. I absolutely love him on and off the ice, his personality, everything about it. So, have you ever had a coach who doesn't know how to play as a goalie and teach you the wrong thing? To be honest, no. I've had coaches, and I've had goalie coaches, and to be honest, I've never had a coach who tried to teach me something that they didn't know about. Luckily, I've been fortunate with that. But I can understand there are probably sometimes, a lot of times, especially parents, if you're a younger goalie and your parents trying to teach you something, unless they actually played the position, as much as you want to listen to your parents, I highly recommend that you don't. I know it's weird. I love my parents. I would listen to them and all this stuff, but I'm very fortunate that my parents were never too serious about hockey where they like were yelling at me to do something differently. And like they've never once gave me advice on how to be a goalie. They always just made sure I was having fun, and I think that's where ultimately I learned a lot from them. Is like it's just, are you having fun? Is it good? All that stuff like that. So um, if you're getting taught by somebody who hasn't physically played the position, be polite, maybe nod, smile, but I highly recommend focus on learning from people who've played the position. Because even if they played the position but they no longer play it, at least they still have a better idea of what to do than somebody who has never played the position. That would be like me. I mean, yes, I tell my forwards and Ds to do certain things, but it's never how to physically play. It's mostly like think positionally. Like, hey, maybe you should cover the front of the net, or maybe, hey, you shouldn't pinch because you're gonna get beat. But I'll never tell a player how to shoot a puck. You know what I mean? Are you gonna do a goalie camp? Because I would love to go. I'm in Niagara on the Lake, 1.5 hours from Toronto. Yes. So Ian, that actually brings me to a really good point that I haven't really talked about just yet. And for the 8 of you on the stream, thank you for sticking around this long. I am going to be doing a live goalie camp, and that has to do with if I go to, let me see here. So here's the thing. When I launch this website, okay, I'm hoping it's going to be soon, but I do have a lot more work to do. You'll see here, I'm going to flip the screen real quick. Okay. I kind of do a little breakdown of everything that you're going to get. And I'm still not done building this page. But one thing here is exclusive invitations to live events. And I'm going to be launching this thing called the Ultimate Goalie Weekend, which will be hosted in Toronto, which will include the Ultimate Hockey Shootout Challenge. And I'm also going to include live coaching. Okay? And there's more stuff that I got to add to this and all this stuff. So when I launched this website, a part of being like a perk to being a part of this website is not only are you going to get amazing breakdowns and videos and stuff of how to stop goals and it's going to make you a better goalie, there's also going to be a lot of exclusive perks as to being a member of TPSHgoalie.com, and that is access to these live events. So I have this idea. So the Ultimate Goalie Weekend, I'm going to talk about real quick, is a weekend where you'll come to Toronto and we're going to do a lot of cool stuff. Now, I'm still trying to figure out the logistics and all this stuff, but a part of it would be actually live coaching. We're going to go over to Strathroy, Ontario, which is where Steve McKeegan from Future Pro Goalie, I've talked to him already, he's interested, and he's going to do a 3-hour session where it's 2 on-ice sessions and then with a off-ice, like in-classroom training session in between. So it's like 90 minutes on the ice. We're going to go have the classroom session where he's going to go over all the video footage with us, and then we're going to go back on the ice, and then we're going to like get better from learning from our mistakes. Then I'm still trying to secure this, but Maria from Goalie Pro Training, she's really good with off-ice stretching and mobility and all that good stuff. So I've reached out to her. I'm trying to finalize a date. She's really busy, so I'm trying to lock her down, which is a little bit harder than I would hope. But she would be a great asset to that because they're both out in the same area. So we would go to her first, loosen up, learn how to stretch, learn how to basically be ready to go on the ice. Then we'd go over, which is like a 20-minute drive to Steve McKeegan's, and we would then go on the ice for those 3 hours, or I guess 3 hours, and then that off-ice session. And that would be like day 1. And then day 2 would actually be back in Toronto. I would love to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame with you guys. Obviously, we would go to dinners and lunches together and stuff like that. And then I would love to rent the ice, and I tried. Okay, so I tried to rent the Scotiabank Arena. I was curious to see what that would take. And it's pretty expensive, but it's doable, which is important. However, it was completely booked up until when I was interested in doing it. So I don't think it's going to be possible for this time around, but I am going to see about booking it the next time, because I want to do this like every 6 months, so that the whole point of the Ultimate Goalie Weekend is it's going to be fun. It's also going to be very educational. It's going to teach you a lot of how to be a goalie. And then there's also going to be great experiences involved. Like, I'd love to take you guys to a Leaf game. That would be a lot of fun. Like I said, Hockey Hall of Fame, Leaf game. I'd love to play on the Scotiabank Arena. It's just so hard because you got to time it when the Raptors aren't playing or when the Leafs aren't playing. So you got to just make sure that it lines up with that. But yeah, and then also the Ultimate Hockey Shootout Challenge, which would be a cool like I want to try to get like some other YouTubers out, preferably like some players and some goalies to come for that, where it's just like we come out, we do an ultimate hockey shootout challenge, or it'd be like me and you guys coming, and then I'd get a bunch of really good players, and we'd obviously film it. There's gonna be a videographer, a photographer capturing the entire weekend, and we would do like I would get a trophy made, stuff like that, and it'd be just a really cool experience. So, anyways, that's the ultimate goalie weekend. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think that that's going to happen. I want to launch the website first. That's my main priority. And then perhaps the weekend will take place in the summer when everybody's really not playing. It's the perfect opportunity to kind of work on your game. So that's what I'm thinking about. Ian, if you can help film, that would be amazing. I would love to talk to you more. Shoot me a message on Instagram at TPSH_goalie. If you legit can film, I'd have to check out some of your work, but I would definitely be interested in having you or somebody come and film. William, tell your parents there's an elite goalie camp. There could be scouts. Maybe they will let you go. Well, I don't want anybody to lie to their parents. If you are a kid, it's totally for you guys too. Like it's not meant for any age. Like the whole point of my new website, it even says like the tagline is, it's the best goalie training site for all ages and abilities. I'm not looking to only help goalies who are going to make it to elite levels and stuff like that. I want to help goalies like myself. Goalies who only play once or twice a week. Goalies who don't have practices. Goalies who maybe don't really realize that they're doing something right or wrong. Okay, if you don't have Instagram or something, shoot me an email at support@tpshgoalie.com. You can send me an email there, and I'll be able to get back to you. So anyways, my point is that regardless of your age, this Ultimate Goalie Weekend will be for anybody of any age. And I encourage people who are younger to come because you are going to get a lot of good training out of it. But it'll also be a good experience and stuff. Rangers fan, no, I am not announcing the winner just yet. I want to wait until the website is done, and then I will do another live stream once it's done, and I'll announce the winner there. So going back, William, do not tell anybody that it's scouts are there or anything like that. It's supposed to be 100% just a great experience, a fun weekend, and a great opportunity for players and for goalies who don't normally get training, especially from somebody like Steve McKeegan, who is a professional goalie coach. He normally doesn't train beer leaguers, so for him to offer that and like to be open to that idea, it's going to be a great experience for all of us. So I'm hoping to do that. Maybe I'll do it for my birthday. My birthday is June 24th, so maybe. I don't know yet, but it will happen. It will happen for sure. Jack, I live in Ontario. Amazing. Yeah, so you could definitely come. Anybody can come. You can fly. You could get here for sure. Have you ever tried, I assume you mean tried out for any NHL teams? No, I don't think you can just walk on and try out. If there was an open tryout, I would be there. Do you announce the winner? No, you're the best YouTuber. I appreciate that, Jack. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you. No, he's never tried out for an NHL team. Thanks, William. Oh, that was just a joke. I wish I lived in Canada. Well, you could definitely still come to the Ultimate Goalie Weekend if you don't live in Canada. It's not exclusive to anybody in any location. If you want to fly here, you could definitely fly here. I'm going to see if I could work out a deal with like a hotel to maybe get some discounts on a couple of rooms, stuff like that. So a lot of logistics behind putting on an event, but I think it'll be cool. I think one of the things that I'm excited about is a lot of people, obviously, if you got this hoodie, you understand how awesome it is. And like, I absolutely love it. There's still a few left if you want one, tpshstore.com. But a lot of people are like, I would love to get a jersey. And I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, a jersey would be really cool. So I think what I'm going to do for anybody who joins, who like signs up to go to the Ultimate Goalie Weekend, I think a part of that will be getting a custom, like really professionally made, the Puck Stops Here goalie jersey. So don't hold me to it, but that's the idea, which is super exciting. So anyways, yeah. Anyways, so pretty much, guys, well, Ian, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how else to help you if you don't have Instagram and you can't email me. Maybe tell your parents to send me an email. I apologize. I don't know how else to connect. Yeah. Anyways, so with that being said, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's been about almost 80 minutes. So I appreciate you guys who stuck around for the whole stream. This has been a lot of fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to talk about. Besides maybe David playing on, like, David, bye. playing like any goalie. My whole goal now is to basically become the extreme emergency backup goalie for the Scotiabank Arena. That is like now my life's goal. I'm going to try to figure it out. This whole channel will make me get better to get there. But besides that, everyone else here, I'm from Ontario or something like that. Me, I'm from Finland. Welcome. Thank you from Finland. So anyways, guys, appreciate you all tuning into the live stream. I want to do more of these. Let me know if you like it by hitting that like button or writing a comment below. Let me know that you liked it and I'll do more of these. And maybe next time I'll have like a legit, like, here are the things we'll talk about. This was kind of a random, just whatever type of thing. Yeah, so Jack, my favorite NHL team is Toronto Maple Leafs, followed up by the Vegas Warrior Knights. So I've answered it earlier in the stream, so go, you can hear a better elaborate answer there. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Sunday.